Hi, we've teamed up with UK Auto Claims to see if you could be eligible to score thousands in compensation. If you've had any cars, vans or motorbikes on finance between 2007 and 2021, go to ukautoclaims.co.uk to start your free simple check. Loads of you will have overpaid and payouts could be worth thousands, so you've got to look into it. Hit up the link below and check now for free.
Marty, AFTV, I am here with my main man, Belgium. Arsenal have just lost 2-1 to Paris Saint-Germain, 3-1 on aggregate. We have crashed out of the Champions League in the semi-final in a very, very disappointing fashion. Belgium, I want to know your thoughts and feelings surrounding the game and how you saw it.
Well, obviously, very difficult to take in, very, very difficult. And losing again another semi-finals, you can see it's a bit of a blow. It's a bit of blow, and it's disappointing. But the thing is that sometimes that's what normally happens. Is like in the football, that's why sometimes football can bring joy at one time, and again it can bring this kind of situations whereby your team kind of not able to make it, then you become sad. So it's a shame. But coming back to the game, first of all, I'll say congratulations to PSG.
Very kind of you.
Yeah, they deserve it. They deserve it. But tonight's game, I think few stuff happened in the game because before the game, there was so many conversations which was going on, and we were trying to talk about the tactical scenarios, or aside that how Arsenal, Arteta should approach the game. But I think first 25 minutes, I think we were doing okay. And we were aggressive, we were pressing, we were stopping them, we were trying to suffocate their midfield. And obviously when we were building up our scenarios, from the second third, the final third, that's where we were having issues because we were not ruthless enough, because we had chances. Because when I was looking at it, we have 11 total shots and 2 only on target, which is a shame. But the thing is that, for me again too, it's all those fine margins, because that first goal that we conceded was again for our own doing. Yeah. Then free kick was given, then again it became a goal. Even the second goal too as well was our own doing, And I think for me, again today there was a little bit of lack of game management from the coach, on top of how to tweak it, because at one point I think it dropped. It did ask Odegaard. It did drop Odegaard to drop. It did ask Odegaard to drop a little bit in order to contain Vitinha, but it didn't stop, because I was thinking, hang on a minute, you got Partey sitting at the base, so why don't you ask Partey to literally take control of that? But obviously, throughout the whole 90 minutes, Odegaard was still dropping deep. That's one. The second thing again was to do with the subs. Last week Saturday, I think the subs was a little bit late, and today I thought, when you look at team PSG, even though they were winning, what they've done is that they made the quick subs, because they know that players might be a little bit tired, so you just need to replace them and bring on new fresh legs. But Arteta, I don't know, for some reason, he only made 2 subs. And Nwaneri, how can you just take him to Paris?
Were you disappointed to see Nwaneri remaining on the bench when you've got to take into consideration he brings on Calafiori and Ben White, and that's how he's looking to change the game?
Yes, I was a little bit peed off, because I thought, hang on a minute, Nwaneri, listen, Moreno for me, he's a midfielder, and I keep on saying that, bless him, but his attacking movement, it's not that he hasn't got it. And you got Nwaneri. What's the point in taking him to Paris and just put him on the bench, not to use him? Because when you look at first half, you see how Bakola and Doué were stretching our defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need a person like Nwaneri to do the same things, but obviously he decided not to use him. It's a shame, because Moreno couldn't offer as much. And I keep on saying that because our attacking plan, sometimes, look at Odegaard. When Odegaard take the ball sometimes, and during the build-up, sometimes when they look up, they see that it's Moreno. It's not pacey, it's not his fault. But the thing is that, again, to match limitations. And I thought, at one point, 20 minutes to the end, we're losing. Take Moreno off and bring on Nwaneri. But the coach, he's the coach.
And do you think Nwaneri was the guy to change this game?
Well, you never know, because we saw Lamine Yamal yesterday.
Yeah.
And, and it's the same things. It's 17, they've got the same age. Obviously, maybe Nwaneri hasn't done at the top level, but listen, give him that opportunity. Why not? He could have done it tonight.
Look, Belgium, you break it down really well. So where do you want Arsenal's season or next season? I mean, the season's done. What changes do you want Arsenal to make immediately and short term to make next season work?
Well, people will be talking. Obviously, our transfer dealings it didn't go well throughout this season. So for Arsenal to go forward, obviously they got to come out with a good strategy. And at the same time, when people say, "Oh, we need players," it's not just about having 20 players in the team. You could only just have good 18 players, and the rest have to be average. But at the same time, so you got to have players who are been involved into a title charge before, not just buy this player, black this player coming. Because people need to remember, when the players come in, it takes them time to settle in. Yep. So you got to forward players. We got to make sure that it's not necessarily like people say, maybe is that penalty box striker or someone, I always say transformational striker, someone who just come in and make an immediate impact, or someone who will be coming as an experienced Osimhen, the like of Osimhen, the like of if we can get Isaac, but if we can't get him, you've got Buemo from Brentford. He could do the business, because you just need somebody who can, at least who got good attacking movement, who can give you 11 or 12 or 13 goals a season, added to Kai Havertz, if he has to be our striker next season, and Gabriel Jesus will give you for the time being. So hopefully, they'll come out with a good strategy, and when it comes to the transfer market, and get the right profile and get the players in, because people need to understand those new players, they have to settle down. And for me again too, hopefully they'll keep Partey anyway. So hopefully they'll keep Partey and add whatever they want to add to the team.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much, Belgium. It's been an absolute pleasure. There was no romance in Paris tonight. Marty from AFTV signing out.